Hi guys, this is Abdurrahman Gilal, and in this video I'll be trying to tell you that how to write your first program in Java using IntelliJ IDEA. So in order to do this exciting job, what you have to do is to have this IntelliJ downloaded and installed on your system. So I'll be quickly telling you in order to download and install the IntelliJ, you're supposed to go to that website that is called jetbrains.com. So once you go to jetbrains.com, so you may click right here and at developer tools, and you may have certain libraries, sorry, IDEs available. So what you should do is to create this, click on this IntelliJ IDE. So once you click on it, you have a downloads. Once you click on the downloads, you have two editions available. One is for Ultimate, another one is for the Community Edition. So Community Edition is for free that you can use it by not paying anything, and it's for, study purposes. So you can select your window or operating system or Linux, whatever. So what you do is that you click any of these and then you click download, it will be, done. So once you click, right, for example, this one, so you will have this pop-up available, and then you can start following the instructions, and then you can simply, install it. So once you have installed it, you will have any screen like this. So in this screen, you're gonna see like you have certain things coming up like this: new project, open, and get from VACS. So once you've installed and open it, so I would say that you definitely start from the new project. So once you click on the new project, so this is a screen that is going to appear. So sorry about that. And here you may write your name of the project. So anything that you code here will be basically stored in a project. So I'm gonna say hello world is gonna be my first project. So you wanted to make it available for any collaborations or version control, or to make it available at GitHub. So you may click here, or if you don't want, just let it be. And then select the language. By default, Java and IntelliJ are selected, so this is okay. So in case that you wanted to select any, JDK. So development kit, I mean Java development kit. So you can select if you think that you have not anything installed right there. So you may trying to download and, embed it right here. So now I have 21, so I'm just okay with this. So just click on the create. Once you click on the create, okay, sorry about that. So you have a screen like this. Yep. So this appears right on your screen. So this looks like you have so many things available, right? Which are being, you know, creating so many confusion for me to understand or to explain. So right at the moment, we are not supposed to discuss all of them. Just make sure that we are going to start from the scratch. So I'm gonna just first tell you that how this console look like, or this code, this environment looks like. So first of all, this menu is the bars, like you have files. In order to interact with the files or anything, so you may have these options available. If you wanted to work on windows or arrangements, so you may explore them on your own, but I'm gonna just tell you about this panel that is basically going to help you to navigate within the different files of your program. So as I told you, this is your project, that's called Hello World, and in that project you have a folder called the source folder and src means source, and then you have a by default created file that's called main.java. So all the Java file has to be having an extension that's called .java extension. So Java extension basically means that this is going to keep your source code for Java. So anything that you write for a particular language, for example, working on C or C++ or PHP, so their files have to be .php. So that's the same thing goes with Java. So basically, like if you are working in IntelliJ, so what you have to do in order to create your another file, so right click on the source code, a source folder, and then you can go to the new, and then you can click on the Java class. So as soon as you click here, so you may create any class like test class, for example. So rewrite any name here that you want to make it appear, to want to make your Java file. So as soon as you hit enter, you have some line of code basically available. And if you wanted to start from scratch, it's up to you. So what you will see here, you have two files here, right? So main.java and test.java. You didn't write Java here, but basically, as I told you, in order to write the source code, you have to have .java or .php, anything. So we are working in Java, so .java is the one. So one thing that has to be observed here, so when you write a code, you have to follow some naming conventions here because we are working on a Java. So Java has, always been, case sensitive. So which means that you have to follow the way the keywords are defined. Keywords, I mean to say the words that are, given to us by the Java programming language itself. So the vocabulary that is coming from the Java. So, and the rules, like what is the arrangement, how one should be, setting up everything has to be followed exactly. It's same way that Java is asking us to do. So definitely we will be learning through all this course about these all things. So let me just quickly close any of them, or if I wanted to close all of them and I wanted to open any of them, I just double click. So once I have this file open, so this is my console. So right here, I write things on the console. So once you remember that, in the console, I write my source code and that source code will be compiled. So once I compile the source code, then it makes the, bytecode. So once I have the bytecode, that bytecode runs. So when in this console or in this IDE, we can do almost everything. So we don't have to worry. So from source code until running, we can interact and do. So let's quickly see like how it works. So first of all, very important thing, in order to write your first program, you have to have, as I told you, one Java file. So in that one Java file, you have to have one class, at least one class. So the class has to be written with a keyword called class. So you will find there will be some people who will be writing like this, public class. So don't worry about that. So what you have to do is to write in any way that you feel comfortable, like starting with a class, and then excuse me, you have to write the name. So name of the class. So this name has to be exactly the same like here. So this main and this main, not with .java, because .java is an extension of the file. So these two has to be exactly the same. If they are not the same, your compiler will find an error because it does not find. You may have more than one classes in one file, but one class name has to be exactly the same as this one. So basically, a lot of people will tell you that public class has to be with this with a file name, but I don't want to say anything right at the moment because I know we are quite young to say these all things. So once you have the class name like main, so you have to start the curly brackets. As soon as you write this curly bracket, the compiler will give you automatically the post bracket. So this is basically trying to tell you that anything that you write from here, like from here until here, will be the body, which means that this will be the source code for this main class, only main class, because we may have more than one classes, as we have already discussed that the class is just a template, which basically may have a lot of properties and behaviors. So we will be learning that how this body will impact the overall scenario of the program. So just for the sake of understanding, once you have any class that is main, so you have to have a body of this class. So this will be the body. This is the starting and this is ending. That's what we understood. So very important is to have another important vocabulary to have this, like we have to have this, uh, this is called method, excuse me, and every method will have their own body. So for example, this public, static, void, main, you're gonna see, and then curly bracket is, oh sorry, small bracket starts and ends, and there's some like strings and square brackets and args. So forget about these all things right at the moment because this is for you to have that one class has to have one method that is very important method that's called the main method. And the main method is the method that compiler starts the whole program with. So if you have tons of classes, so compiler will not go for every class. Compiler will go to see the class that has the main method. So the main method is in this class, like in the main class, so it will directly jump. So class is a container, and this is the behavior of the class. So class may have fields, which means the small values, or some behaviors. Like for example, I am my name is Abdul, and my phone number is 123. My email address is ABC. So anything that is my trying to tell you is all my properties. But I talk, I sleep, I eat, so all of them are my behavior. So the behavior are represented in classes in methods. So this is the method. So the main method is a very important method. Without main method, you cannot run the program. And then once you have a program, and then the program has to do something. So main method is the place where you put the things. Now, when you are putting the things into the main method, now when you run it, so what you wanted to do, so you can during runtime you can receive the input from user. For example, you are using Facebook. In the Facebook, you key in your login, password, and username. So this all information is basically you are trying to key in. So that key in is called input. So either you can give input and then Facebook will show you some pages. So this is called output. So once you have a message or pop-up, so this comes through some, some classes or some libraries. So here right now I'm trying to just show you like how to print something during runtime. So once we say system.out.println, so this is the you know, simple code line of code which has to be followed exactly in the same order in the same sequence in the same spell or the same cases. For example, if you try to write a small, so you will see that this will turn into the rate, and then you will have a pop-up right here in this area. Give me a second to show you right here. So you see like something is right here. So I tell you that it's a good thing is that if you click right here, as soon as you right click here, so you find another window appears here. That window or the sub window is basically the place where you see the output. Anything related to output. Output means that the running environment. This is the source code, which means your logic, your desires, you want to do anything has to be written here, and that will be happening here. So if you say source code, and then compiler will convert into the bytecode, and then the bytecode will have to run here. So this is the place where we are going to focus the running. So if you have any problem or any issue or something, that will all come here. So this is more like how to say to see the output of your overall code. But it has some other functionalities as well, but I will be explaining them later. But right at the moment, we just have to have some basic understanding that how this console looks like. So once again, once as I told you, I try to capitalize it. So once I make the system as capital, so you see no problem here. So once you click here, so no error, so everything is perfectly fine. And if you try to make it capital, the O capital, so the same error happens here. So if you click here, you cannot resolve sample out. So which means that you cannot make it capital, or there is some problem with this O. And then print, you can write print or you can write println. So println stands for like a new line, or print means the continue line. So what is new line and the continue line? I'll explain you a bit later. So now one class and then one method. These are very important. And then in the method, what you want to do. So I have just simply written, and the compiler, this IDE, this IntelliJ is basically very effective. So you're gonna see like everything is very well organized. You see the things that are coming as a keywords are basically colored like yellow, and the keywords that are important, so they are colored in green or blue, sorry. And then things that you have written, for example, this part in double quotation, that appears to be like the part that you wanted to let as an input for any of your method or class or something. So it appears very effective. So some words are white and some are pink. So it looks like very effective. So as soon as we grow older in programming Java, you will be understanding everything very well. So what if I miss this small semicolon? So as soon as I miss it, definitely I'm gonna face the error, and that error you're gonna click right here. You're gonna see the expected semicolon expected. So you should remember that compiler will not run the program until you qualify everything about the syntax. So all the regulation has to be followed before the compiler converts the program into the bytecode. So the first functionality of the compiler is to make sure that the syntax or the grammar of the program is correct. So here you have to follow, this is the grammar. So that's what you have to follow. Anything that's written here, except this part. So in double quotation, you may write anything with any wrong spell. So I say a wrong spell is wrong. So it may give you some suggestion that this word is wrong, but it does not impact the overall program. So you click here, you have a suggestion, but you don't have anything anything that is causing the RAID or something, RAID, which is showing that there is a problem. So here you say warning, like one typo. So typo is something that is basically not something big. So if you wanted to run the program, will be fine. So, so I think if you miss, I once again tell, if you have any error in the grammar, that is called syntax error. So syntax error, which means that you forget to place this, bracket, so you will be read it. So you are given a direct indication from the compiler that I will not make a bytecode of it. You have to rectify that you are expected to have the closing bracket, which you missed it. So as soon as you give, it will be fine. And if you miss the semicolon, you will be notified. If you make it, you miss the dot, you will be notified. So everything that's there, sometimes the suggestions will be quite effective for you to understand, sometimes will not be effective to understand because some keywords may create some duplication or something, so the compiler will be confused. But right at the moment, we know that without having all things correct, you will not be able to run the program. So let's run it. Let's how to run this program. I have written my source code. This is my initial source code for the main class or for the main file. Now how to run it. So you have so many ways. First is that you click right on the run and then you go on the run or debug. Debug means in order to find the syntax errors. So if you have any syntax error, it will be automatically as appearing. As soon as you click on the debug, it will ask you, do you want to create which file? Maybe you have more files. So you click right there. So it will let you know that nothing was found having any problem because code exit with 0, which means fine. So what is the name of the file and JVM, Java Virtual Machine, JDK21, everything looks perfectly fine. So then excuse me, then you can click on the run and then you can simply see this. So this was the output that appears here. So exactly the same thing that I told you right here. So what if I wanted to change? I said hello world. If I changed it, but I don't see changes here. So you have the same way, you go here and you run the program. So you run the program, what does it mean? It means you ask the compiler to make the bytecode for this and let the JVM to run the program. But you can click right here as well. Okay, so this play button is also useful for you in order to have a shortcut because every programmer that are working in the Java source code, they sometimes run quite frequently. So the JDK, sorry, this IDE IntelliJ gives you this run button right here. So this is debugging from the bug, and this is the play, which means run. So let's click right here and see what happens. So now I have changed it hello world. So you're gonna see like the hello world is here. That's perfectly fine. So this looks pretty fine. Like in order to see like what other files, like you wanted to work on this. So what you have to do is, for example, so this is my another file. So you should see like I have an error here because I cannot have same name. So this should be like test. So it automatically gives you some indications right here. If you click and then it gives you indications. So on this you click and then it says rename it. So how you gonna rename it? So it's like both ways. Either you go from follow the suggestions that give you or you change it by yourself. So this class and this name has to be same. And this one no problem, can be same in both because these both files are independent files. So once again, you click right here. So this is hello world, and if you said hello world from test class, and then you click here. So they both are different, so no problem at all. So you're gonna see right here from main class. So both of them are different, so they have nothing to have any problem. So both files are here because then now we're gonna say like, okay, we have two different classes and both of them are have main methods, right? And now if you wanted to hand over the files to someone or you wanted to export the project, so how to do that? Easy way is that you click right here on the hello world, that is your project, and then you can export it. And see, as soon as you see the export, you have a zip file here option. So you can click right on the zip and then you may have this where you want to store the file. This is one of the things. And if you don't want to give everything to your developers or something, so you may select the file that you wanted to share. For example, that you have this, and then you may go to this open in, and then you can click in the Finder. For example, I'm working in this Mac, so I always have this Finder. But if you're working in Windows, so maybe you have window or something to open, and then here you have both files available. So what you do is usually like if you go back, so you have source folder, you see here, so this source folder and that this source folder looks the same. And then you have a hello world as a main file, and then hello world as a main file. Let me show you like how it looks like. So here I have give me a second. Yeah. So I have so many projects. So this is my Hello World project. And as soon as I come in, so I have the Hello World, this is out. So don't worry about that. So we will be learning each of them very well later on that what do these all files mean and then what does this file mean. So I hope it makes some sense that how to make your first program in Java. And stay tuned with me so that we can discuss further that what are these keywords actually meaning and how to basically use different kind of keyword, different vocabulary. So this is our first program. I just wanted to make you to be familiarized with this console. If you have any confusion, if you wanted to discuss with me, please do not hesitate to drop me a message or comments. Thank you so much, guys.